Hello, my name is James Loloff. I'm a meteorologist and storm tracker with Dynamic Weather Agency, and today is July 20th, 2018. We have a moderate risk setup today here in the Ohio and Tennessee Valley region, and we're probably going to head on over into Ohio today and chase some storms. Looks like there's going to be for sure some damaging winds and some very large hail. They did just increase the tornado threat to a much larger 5%. They added a 10% in now. Still got to look at that a little bit more and check out the new model run. But we're going to switch over to computers and we're going to take a look at kind of some things that's going on. All right, guys. So we have a moderate risk, like I said today, encompasses parts of southeastern Indiana and a little bit of central Indiana, and into parts of Kentucky and northern parts of Tennessee. Tornado threat, they expanded the tornado threat. They added a 10%, increased to 5%, including all of eastern Indiana and parts of western Ohio, and they even extended farther down to the south area like that too. We're also, our big factor is going to be hail today. Hail is probably the primary threat driving the moderate risk, that 45% area for hail. So we'll definitely be watching that later on today. And just real quick, here's the wind probability for it. 30% wind prob, but definitely the hail is the main driving factor for this system as we go on through. Second monitor right here is just tracking current radar. Here's that morning line of precipitation that went through. Here's our second line, and the storms that we're waiting for are kind of going to be forming right back on in here and then pushing on their way through. So we still got a little bit of time. It's almost 10 o'clock right now. We haven't even reached peak diurnal heating, so we'll have to wait for those clouds to break through and hopefully get some instability back. So taking a look at visible satellite image, we have all this huge cloud deck kind of off into the eastern part of Indiana, and we have this whole clear slot coming in right behind us. So this is where we're going to get our peak this is where we're going to get that nice diurnal heating. We'll build some instability. Because the atmosphere is pretty stable now with the morning precipitation, so we got to build up instability to get some of that CAPE, that convective available potential energy, for storms to feed off of when they form. So definitely some things we're going to be looking at. Here's again that current radar over here in AWIPS. Got that second line, like I said, going through that morning precip, and this is kind of where we're looking for some stuff to form later on today. We're going to move over to the high resolution model, and we're going to talk a little bit kind of target areas as it reloads. So the red lines are MSLP, so our pressure, and the green barbs are showing our surface winds, and then the color-coded image down here is our composite reflectivity for the HRRR model. One of the things we're kind of looking at is, as we go through the day, when we get this second line development, one of the things we notice back here in this Ohio-Indiana border, kind of this tri-state area where we have Kentucky and stuff too, is we have a little bit of more backed flow. We have southeasterly winds while everything is more southwesterly as in Indiana. So that's kind of why we're kind of targeting this Ohio area, is this a little bit more of a backflow thing right here, which is going to enhance directional shear, which is going to help for spin ups for tornadoes later on today, which is kind of where this 10% axis is. All right, guys, I'm just going to give you guys a little quick update of what's been going on. So we do have a tornado watch for the southern portions of Indiana into Kentucky, and even a portion of the southwest corner of Ohio. There's been 2 tornado warnings so far. The first one has been actually up here in northern Indiana, just east of Plymouth, and there's been one in extreme southern Indiana. I don't remember exactly where it was, but it was a little while ago. But the warning for the one in northern Indiana is still ongoing right now. They're about to let that one expire. There did appear to be a slight CC drop with correlation to the reflectivity where a tornado might be. I mean, not reflectivity, but the velocity data. So there hasn't been any reports or LSRs coming out of there of damage or anything right now.
Indiana severe thunderstorm warning for
Ohio
County in southeastern Indiana
at the moment, but I'll have to definitely take a peep in there. If there is some damage up there, we'll stop up there later, get some video, and see if we can aid and assist in any way, stuff like that. But like I said, there is a mesoscale discussion for our area, 40% likelihood for a watch. SBC is just holding off on it right now just to the uncertainty of how this line system is going to progress. The HRRR model is still not even picking up this line, although it's, you know, currently going. It's showing very light reflectivity, like a stratiform precip, but it's definitely a strong line of storms. I got the prob severe model on it right now, and right now 92% for probability for severe wind, 61% for severe hail, and a 21% for tornado within this whole entire line right now. So right now we're just trying to get you know, parallel with the line. Right now we are still too far south. We're trying to bust our way up through Huntington, Indiana. I'm driving through the center of Huntington, Indiana, trying to get up towards South Whiteley, which is on the very far southeastern edge of the current severe thunderstorm warning, and we'll track this system possibly all the way to Ohio. And like I said, we might come on back towards that Plymouth, Indiana area, where if there was any damage out of that area, we're definitely going to go over there aiding the system. We're currently in the clear. You can see a little bit of sun out the windows. This is kind of the reason why we came up towards this area. We could see on the visible satellite imagery that there was some clearing up in this area. A lot of the storms down in the south, there's still that cloud shield overhead, maybe a little bit of sun peek through, so not much instability to pick up, although, you know, there was some pretty good cape down there. Although the current meso analysis for this area has a little over 2,300 joules of most unstable cape, and let me see what it says for mixed layer is about 1,700. So we got quite a bit of cape, and it's just building right ahead of this line. So hopefully we can keep that instability going. The shear factor is not that great. There is a little bit of low-level directional shear, but unfortunately the storms are very, very linear. So tornadoes might be very hard to see, but we definitely will see a nice shelf cloud with this Boeing segment. It is impressive on radar. Actually, that reminds me, I'm going to do a little screenshot of this so I can put that into this little video that I'm talking about. But yeah, definitely something we're gonna have to keep our eyes on, and I'll tune into you guys in a little bit. Probably next time you'll hear from me, we'll probably be closer to the storm, if not on the storm already. So we'll just have to see what goes on. So talk to you guys later, and stay tuned. Got some nice southeasterly inflow flowing into the storm, just sitting about 5 miles ahead of it, waiting for it to come right onto us.
County in south central Indiana.
flag and high water. Try to notify the cops.